I actually, when I was backpacking, I found a tent that was completely empty and like broken down and stuff.
That's so weird.
I was backpacking near Asheville, North Carolina,
Yeah.
on the Art Loeb Trail. I never checked if anybody had recently died there, so, but cause it's not a place you would generally die. Like it's a tough hike, but it's not like you're not gonna fall anywhere. You're not gonna
Get lost.
get lost. I mean, you could get lost, but there's a defined trail.
Right.
We're not talking like Mount Everest here. But we had just gotten to the highest point on the Art Loeb Trail. There's all these rocks. And it was kind of snowy. It wasn't actually snow, but what would happen is that big, humid kind of fog would pass in.
Yeah.
And it would be freezing cold during certain times. So this fog would turn to ice, and it would just crystallize on everything.
Whoa.
So the trees, like evergreen trees, would be white.
That's cool.
It was really interesting, and they'd be covered in ice. So that's the kind of area we were in. It was icy.
Yeah.
And a little bit down from the highest point on the trail, there was this tent. And we were just like, hiking. We'd been going it was day 2 or 3. So like we were nearing the end, but not quite done. It was like the beginning of day 3, I think. We camped really close to the highest point, which was really bold because...
Yeah, but you're going to get the best view, right?
Yes. It was... Oh, my God. Let me tell you.
Risky?
I'm going to go off on another tangent here. So the place we initially picked to camp that night was pretty much straight on top of a mountain. Like, it was a ridge, and we were basically directly on top, but we were a little bit off to one side, and that side was the windy side of the mountain for sure. We put our stuff down, and it was like and we're like, this is a little bit much. I don't know how we're gonna have a fire going.
I'm
here.
not having fun.
Yeah, so we were like, this is not gonna work. We tried setting up the tent, we tried starting a fire, and it was not working. So we're like, okay, whatever. Let's check up a little bit farther down the trail. And there was another good spot down the other side of the mountain, and the air was calm. The air was nice down that side of the mountain, so we hiked down through these like knee-height, just this knee-height grass that was kind of coated in ice.
Yeah.
Because it was really freaking cold. And we set up a tent down there on the not windy side. And in the middle of the night, I was like, I gotta pee. So, it being freezing cold and everything, I got my boots on, and I opened the tent up, and I turned my flashlight on, and I couldn't see this far in front of my face. I was like, great.
No point in that.
And I took like 5 steps out, and I turned around, I couldn't see the tent anymore. I was like, I have no idea where I am.
That's scary. You can get lost in that easily.
You can get lost instantaneously. I wonder if somebody who was like 30 feet away could have even seen my light, because it was that thick.
Yeah.
It was super thick, icy fog. And like the tent was kind of getting coated in a layer of ice.
Really?
Yes, everything was
Wow.
icy everywhere.
How cold? How cold did it get?
I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. It was down to like 10.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit below 10, between 0 and 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So it wasn't crazy, but it was still freaking cold.
Right.
So I just went out and peed. And then I like had to take a couple tries to get back to the tent. I was like, it's not over here. All right. Okay, all right.
There
Here we
it
are.
is.
And I get back in the tent. And then the next morning, back to the point of the story, we had been hiking for maybe an hour.
Right.
And we were in a more populated area at this point. Like, people would come in for day hikes because it was closer to a road.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're back on like a normal trail.
Yeah, it's like a pretty
Semi-normal.
regular area now. But it was weird because there was an abandoned tent. Like it was almost definitely been left alone for a long time.
Really?
Maybe not days, but like at least a lot of hours because the tent wasn't staked down. There was like a fire that, I mean, there was like the remnants of what would have been a fire, a pretty recent fire.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like somebody gave up and just left with nothing.
What did drive somebody just to leave?
I don't know, but there was a bunch of stuff still in the tent, and I was like, do I want to loot this or do I want to like try and find the person?
Oh no, if the tent's down, like you're looting, but you gotta like try to find like an ID or like something to.
I wanted to find something, like try and get that back, try and help out. I thought maybe somebody was also in danger. Like I thought maybe somebody was stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
Or they got
now
injured.
You're on a real trail. This isn't like the backyard woods anymore.
Yeah, this is where we were out, like in the wilderness. You can get injured out there. Like I said, it's not the most dangerous hike on earth or anything, but it's still you're out there. There's bears out there.
Yeah.
If you don't have a bear canister, you might have a problem. A bear canister is like
that pepper spray you're talking about?
No. A bear canister is there's bear spray.
Yeah.
And a bear canister is a thing where a bear tries. It's just like this big box that a bear can't get into because you screwed on a certain way.
Oh.
Yeah.
You put yourself in this box?
No, you don't put yourself
in
the box.
What kind of?
It's a box that's like this big for your food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You said box. I'm like, well, what goes in the box?
What you put in there? No.
It's a cool box.
It's just food. Yeah, you can get injured out there, and I was worried that somebody maybe, I don't know, maybe they fell off somewhere because we were kind of on a ridge, so you could have slid down maybe and hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And I looked around a little bit, but the person I was hiking with Olivia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever. I don't think you've met her.
Probably not. Maybe.
I was hiking with her, and she was just like, "Let's just go."
Let's just go.
I was like, "What do you?"
You gotta loot this. You have to loot this.
We were in it. Yeah, I was like, I want to steal some stuff, or I want to help out the person.
If there's something like video games have always taught me, you loot it.
I could see into the tent. Like it was the top part was mesh, which was crazy.
Mesh.
Yes, that was a bonkers.
So they
move.
took the top off. So the top.
I don't know. The rainfly could have just flown away.
Could have just flown away. Yeah.
I don't know. But
that's crazy.
The point is, like, that was not an inhabitable place anymore. Like, nobody had been here for a long time.
Right.
The inside, I remember being, like, dirty enough that, like, you haven't, nobody's been here recently.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to take some stuff. I mean, it was, my backpack was really, really heavy already. So I was like, I don't really need anything. But at the same time, look at all this free stuff.
Yeah. It's free.
I could maybe even swap out some of my stuff, you know?
get something better.
Mm-hmm. Get some upgrade. But I was also like, well, maybe they'll come back. But we never called anybody about that.
Right.
So I'm like, I wonder what happened to those people.
Right.
I don't know if they're...
Now that you wonder, it's just going to be like, I won't say haunting, but now it's going to be in the back of your head.
Yeah,
like,
I have that in the back of my head.
What happened?
Olivia.
What happened?
You
yeah. Screw her. She probably... It was her fault. These people went out there and died.